Hello, hello. Welcome back. It's Alicia from Medica Organics and thank you so much for watching. Let's make sure I'm in the shot here. Where is good? This is good. Okay. I've just started, I've got to put my gloves on, but I've just mixed up my ingredients for a test soap. So I thought I would turn the camera on and bring you with me. Let me just pop my glovies on. So this soap is, I'm trying to make a masculine soap, and I'm struggling with essential oil blends to find what I'm looking for. So this particular one here has a blend of cedarwood atlas, clove, vetiver, orange pine and patchouli, and I'll tell you why. Initially I put the cedarwood atlas and the clove in. Beautiful, love it. We'll do that again on its own later on. But I also wanted to mix in a little bit of vetiver. There, that's my essential oil mix there. It's actually got a little bit of oil in it, and then it accidentally got some colour in it as well. I'll talk about that in a second. So I had cedarwood atlas, clove, beautiful. Wanted to get some vetiver in there, put that in there. Didn't really, it pulled too much vetiver, so I was not happy with that. So I put a little bit of pine in it to try and also give it a bit of a woodsy smell. Pine, I'm not a fan of pine, so I disliked it even more. So then I put some patchouli in to try and just take those edges off. Still didn't like it. Put a bit of orange fivefold in to try and lift it up a little bit. It didn't help. I was not a fan of it at all. So I just dumped a ton of cedarwood atlas and put a little bit more clove in there. It doesn't look like much, but I only work on very small percentages. I've got a little sort of a micro scale over here that I use when I'm doing test batches, so it goes down to a 0.000 of a gram. Anyway, so that's what this is. It's come up quite nice. It'll be interesting to see how they all pull through into the cured soap, and I shall let you know that at the end of this video as well. So that's a little bit of a mix mash, but we'll see what happens. And in my lye water here, I've got some indigo powder to, I want a nice bluey soap. I know that doesn't match the woody soap, but I'm actually testing out the indigo to see what color I can pull through. So this is a bit of a mix match, this soap. So I've got indigo powder in here, and I've also put a little bit of charcoal in here just to deepen that blue up a bit. Indigo can tend to you can end up with a lighter, almost a greeny color. So a little bit of charcoal in with it just holds it and gives it a little bit of depth. So that's where we're at. This is a like full experiment. So pop the camera on, bring you along something different. Now this one here is going to speed up on me. I know that. So I'm trying to decide whether I do a 2-color split. I'm going to split it off. I'm just going to do a little portion. Oh no, I can't because I've put the indigo in the lye water. Oh well, there goes that idea. Okay, there'll be no splitting off this batch. It's going to be all one color. All right, let's get going. I'm just going to get a spoon so I can texture the top to be ready, because I know this is going to move super quickly with these essential oils. That will do. Okay, quick sip of coffee. Quick sip of coffee. And then I'm gonna get going with this complete experimental soap. This is the best way to soap, guys. This is where I have fun. This is where I have most of my fun. Coconut milk, a little bit of extra water in here with some sodium gluconate, sodium lactate, salt and sugar. It's all concentrated in there. And my essential oils there I use the this spoon here to give it a mix. So you can see it's got a little bit of indigo and charcoal in it. I'll just get my I think stirrer thingy, is it called? You know what I'm talking about. that's not it. Oh, hang on a minute. Got to get my old one out. My other one is being cleaned at the moment. Anyway, Christmas, had a beautiful day. Spent it over at my brother's place. I have 3 brothers. But this one was over my brother's place. His name is Brendan, and he lives on acreage just around the corner from me, and they have lots of animals and a beautiful horsey. Oh, I'm going to have to hold on to this because it is loose. And they have lots of animals and a beautiful horsey, and his name is Saint. I'm in love with Saint. He's such a beautiful boy. Lots of chickens and a gorgeous pool, loads of room for the kids to play. They've got little motorbikes there, jumps to take the motorbikes over. Although Saint does not like the motorbikes. He was not happy when the boys hopped on the bikes. And yeah, we had a beautiful swim, a nice lunch. It was very relaxing. So anyway, enough chit chat. Let's get on with the soap making. I'll do my coconut milk and my additives. Oops, out the way, please, you. Okay, put my coconut milk in. This is an organic coconut milk. It's just a pure coconut milk. There are no additives in there. I'll also put my little extra bits and pieces in. These just help with the soap longevity. The sodium, the sugar helps towards the lather, boosting properties, and the sodium gluconate is a natural chelating agent. It's also really good for the skin. All right, let's get that mixed in, then I'll put the lye water in, the essential oil blend in, and we'll pour it off if we can. Stick blender is angry. Whew, I think he's almost at the end of his time. All right, can you please get out the road cord? I should have put it, let me just move that. I've got another plug over here. One moment, that's better. All right, let's go. I'm just gonna mix this in gently. I don't want to flick it and spit it up everywhere, just in case. Oh, that's a pretty colour. Give that a little scrape out. Try not to flick it. Don't want indigo and charcoal flicked everywhere. Okay, I'm going to pop that off to the side there in my little mess bundle. You see what I mean by the green colour? So it tends to pull a little bit of green, so I'm trying to anchor it with the charcoal. I'm trying to get a blue. All right, I'm going to give that a gentle little mix. Get rid of that stick blender. I'm not using the stick blender to mix these essential oils in because it will just seize up like a you know what in about 2 seconds flat. I've got clove bud and vetiver in here, and they can be absolute animals in soap. Get this over, get my little baby over. Okay, I can still see a couple of specks of indigo powder in there, but I just don't want to blend this anymore because it's going to be a problem. All right, here we go, rock and roll. I'll just put a little bit of oil in here first. Sometimes I find this helps. Just mixing a little bit of the oil into the essential oil blend, so it's just it's almost like it's diluted a fraction. All right, let's go. Look at that color change. All right, get that mixed up with the spatula, and as soon as I feel that thickening up, which is now, I'm just going to mix it, give it a little bit of a mix for as long as I can. All right, that's about it. Let's get that in. Okay, I'll get it scraped out. I'm just giving that a little bit of a mix in the pot there to try and break some of those little indigo colour pockets up. There we go. All in. We're going all in with our green, which I hope will be blue after the cure. But there's a good chance that it won't be. That's okay. It'll still be beautiful. Okay. Lovely dovely. I'm not going to wipe this off, otherwise I'll get all indigo, like a big sharp patch of it in there. So I'll pop that off. I'm going to put all of my mess in here. All right, that's already started setting up there. You can see when I just moved it, it barely moved. Okay. I'll give this little fella a bit of texture. Ooh, yeah. He's just about overcooked, this little fella. That's beautiful. Love, love, love. Give you a close-up. Oh, there you go. He is looking pretty good. I just realised you can see this soap here that I made yesterday. This one's a pretty one. It has, the colourants in this one are cocoa powder and charcoal. Pretty, pretty, pretty. This is another masculine soap, this one. Oh, there you go. All right, I'll be back to show you the cut of this little boy shortly. Okay, I am back for the cut. We have a blue. I can see the indigo powder. I can see flecks of the indigo powder through there. But let's get it unmolded and chopped up. And the main thing that I'm doing with this bar is testing the scent, and I'm also seeing how this indigo holds in this soap. I'm just going to steam this one quickly. Get that out of the way. All right, let's get it unmolded and chopped up. Close up. That is a beautiful colour. I'm very happy with that colour. You can see, if I can hold it still for you for a second. Hopefully you can see in there the flecks. You'll see flecks of indigo and also tiny little flecks of charcoal as well, because I wasn't able to blend it up properly. Anyway. Get it chop-lopped. If I can squeeze it in between a string right there and a string right there, I can get 9 slices out of this. Just. Okay. See what we've got. Ooh. Yeah, wow, look at that. So it's almost, it's interesting. You can see the indigo bleeding a little bit there, where it hasn't been blended. So that's a good thing to note, that it must be blended 100%. Some powders don't bleed. You can put them in, like madder root, you can put that in. It gives you a beautiful appearance and just a very, very light exfoliation. There's no bleeding, but this indigo powder is actually bleeding, so that is not okay. I do like the colour though. It'll all turn this colour here, but I'll have to monitor it for at least 3 to 6 months to see how it goes, because I suspect it'll probably fade a little bit. I'm not a fan of the scent. It's got, I can smell the pine and patchouli in there, which have just thrown it off. So anyway, that is why we do little testers. Again, if I just slide my finger over that, you can see that indigo bleeding. There's a good one there. You see that? Anyway, pretty soap nonetheless. I do like the blue colour. It's a beautiful deep ocean blue almost. So that is something that I will continue to work on. Blue is quite difficult to get with natural colorants, but I think I'm onto something here. I will keep working at it. My lye water was not hot. I have read that if you mix your indigo powder in with hot lye water, it can create almost an infusion. So, and it probably breaks it down a lot better than this. So that's something that I'll try next time. Interesting. Anyway, there's the last piece. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to put this one on a shelf. I've got probably half a dozen or so soaps over on my curing shelf that I just watch over time. They sit there, they have different ingredients in them, different colorants, and they just sit there. And I have a little sticky note label. And I've got jotted down exactly what I did and what date, so I can monitor how things go over time, which is a really good idea. If you're ever wanting to try something yourself and you're not sure, I always just say give it a go. Don't be scared. Give it a go and watch how it performs. Time flies. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.